Hey YouTube, this is just a quick little intro to this new series of videos I'm going to be doing. Right before I set up my new YouTube channel, Attention Deficit Deckard, I reached out to Craigslist and found an adult ADHD support group, which I started with 3 members who showed up plus my neighbor for a total of 5 of us. And after our first meeting, which we meet every other day, we decided to pivot on the branding of the meeting to become AA-DHD/YouTube strategy group, where we go over ideas for our new YouTube vlogs. I'm the president and the secretary of the group. I take the minutes from the meetings, and every night I record my transcription of those minutes into my meeting journal and make a video. This is the video from meeting number 9. Hey YouTube, good afternoon. This is Deckard from Attention Deficit Deckard. That's my new YouTube channel. And I'm just finishing up cataloging the AA-DHD YouTube strategy group meeting minutes from last night, the 26th of December. So let's just jump right in. So after the mantra, I didn't really have any questions. Well, there was one question, but I'll get to that in a second. So the agenda was pretty flaccid. We really just kind of hung out and talked about the Xmas Eve party from the meeting before. Everybody had fun. Lucha's karaoke was surprisingly good. That was unexpected. And also the sushi that Gil brought from his favorite day-old sushi restaurant was quite a hit. It came up in our meeting last night. And Gil made his case for the idea of day-old sushi and why it seems to be so popular. So we'll get into that. And lastly, we talked briefly about Clark's channel, The Smokehouse, where he focuses pretty much on house music appreciation videos. I'm not sure how he's doing that, but he did say that in addition to making videos about house music appreciation, Clark also wants to branch out into the YouTube unboxing phenomenon. Unfortunately, Clark doesn't have any experience in that field, which can be a significant handicap. So I told him what I heard about the rumors of unboxing apprenticeships, and that I would see what I could do to find out more information from my contacts among the other presidents of YouTube strategy groups. So I'll reach out to them, see if they've heard anything about these so-called unboxing apprenticeships. Maybe I can hook Clark up and he can learn the ropes on how to add unboxing elements to his channel. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the discussion Gil and I had about day-old sushi. All right. So yeah, Gil lives on Main Street, across the street from the day-old sushi restaurant, which that's a little suspect, right? But no, Gil swears by the place. He says, Deckard, what's the best part of sushi? I was like, the fresh fish. He's like, you're half right. It's definitely the fish. But think of this. What's better than fresh fish? Day-old fish. And I said, I'm not tracking, Gil. Day-old fish is, I don't know, it's fishier, it's pungent. He's like, yes. Let me stop you right there. He said, why do you get fish? For the flavor. For the fishiness. We're talking fish on top of a finger of rice. Why are you eating that? Because of the fish taste. Because you like the taste of fish. He says. So yeah, fresh fish is great, but day-old fish gets so much fishier, and that's why we're eating the fish. I didn't know what to say. Oh my God, man. It's hard to argue with that. Now, I myself, I think, I'm used to fresh fish. I'm used to wanting to get the freshest of fish. So I'm gonna have to do a little mental gymnastics, I think, to get used to the idea of actually going for day-old fish. He says 2 day-old fish you've gone too far. But why do you think this day-old sushi restaurant's doing so well? I was like, I had no idea. No idea. I didn't think it was doing well. I didn't even understand the concept in the first place. And I imagine everyone else in my universe feels the same way as I do. And he's like, that's where you're wrong, Deckard. I was like, Gil, thanks for correcting me. I suspect you may in fact be right, at least about the popularity of that day-old sushi restaurant. I looked it up. That place has 4.8 stars average on 1,700 reviews. I mean, it looks like people are coming here from all over the state So I stand corrected. But anyway, yeah, he swears by it. He says the day-old mackerel is the way to go. It packs the most pungent fish flavor. He's like, you know, you're at in a good day-old sushi place if you can smell it from across the street. I was like, wow, okay. My eyes started watering just when he said that. I don't know. Gil. Oh my God, man. Yeah. He said, why do you think people eat fish in the first place? And I was like, I don't eat fish in the first place, Gil. That's the point. He's like, yeah, I understand fish is a polarizing food. People either love it or hate it. But for those of us who love it, we're eating that fish because of the flavor. Now, fresh fish is delish. He said it just like that. Fresh fish is delish. But as you get closer to the 32-hour mark, the fishy flavor just gets better and better. You know, after 32 hours, it starts to turn. But that's the charm of the day-old sushi restaurant, my man. You have to trust me on this one. And we can leave it at that. I've never tried day-old fish to compare. I've always tried to stay away from it, just on principle. But to be honest, I will reserve judgment. Gonna have to try for myself the day-old sushi restaurant that you and 1,700 other Yelp reviewers seem to absolutely rave about. Now, might as well get, I mean, is it Michelin rated? My goodness. Anyhow. Why day-old sushi's like the best sushi? Right? Because it's a day old. Like it gets, like the reason you're eating sushi, and we're talking sushi. Well, we could have sashimi. We're not talking maki rolls, but you know, whatever. I'm not sure I'm prepared to do that. However, while nevertheless, I think continuing to stay away just from preference from the 32-hour. We've all been brainwashed by the fresh industry that like fresh fish is the best fish. And it's not just with sushi. Right? Think about it. The whole conspiracy of the fresh industry to make us, you don't even question it. You know, we got day-old fish, we got fresh fish. We just caught this right here. See it? Wiggling? Which do you want? We've been conditioned to think we have to want the fresh fish, right? And it's not even a question. Of course you take the fresh fish. But what if that's not true? What if that's all been a lie? It turns out that if it is a lie, it turns out that it is a lie if you think of it in these terms. Why are you eating fish in the first place? Now, you're hungry and you only can eat fish, and there's like, you gotta eat fish. You're healthy and you gotta eat fish to be healthy, right? Like but that's a modern, people eat fish because it's healthy now. That's like that's the last 50, 70 years of human history. Like you eat it because you're hungry and that's all you got to eat. But you can also, that's pretty much the main, right? And you eat it fresh because you catch it when you're hunting. You're hunting fish. You're fishing. That's the only time you eat fish is when you hunt fish. You don't hunt fish just like picking a berry off a tree. You hunt fish like you go hunting for a bear. It's a big thing. So you're pretty hungry when you get it because you've been out there for days hunting fish. You grab the fish, you start eating it. But not all the fish is fresh. You got to eat that fish over a period of time. How do you, right? How do you protect the fish? You salt it and do things like that so that it lasts for like weeks or whatever, right? But that period of like before it's salted and stowed away from like when it was caught in the river or in the hunting grounds, whatever. Yeah, the hunters eat fresh, but you think they don't salt it on the road. You think how long do you think it takes before that stuff gets salted? Like at least a day. So most people eating that fresh catch are eating day-old fish before it's salted. And guess what? That's the best, fishiest taste. Better than fresh. That's why day-old sushi is better than fresh sushi. Because it's fishier. It tastes more pungent-ier. and fish. And that's why we're here. Day old sushi, man. I don't know why it's not more of a thing.